There have been some upgrades and new additions in the text dialog window as from V611. Let's access the text command from the Design tab here, and we will view the novelties one by one. So first, we now have access to the table of characters with this icon here. We can choose a font and select any character required. For instance, let's choose this one. We then have to click on Select here to validate our choice. The symbol will appear in the field for characters to copy. We then have to click on Copy and then paste it in the text box. We will have a pre-visualization of the character on the screen. Note that you can also click on Advanced View here to have access to the selection and grouping of the character set, and also search for characters by typing the Unicode here or the labels here. Next, we also have the ability to import a text from a file. So let's do that when we import this file here. As you see, the contents of the file are imported, and we have the visualization on the screen and the text box. So let's place it right here. Observe that we now have a drop list for this style, and by default it will be in Customize, as we will typically manually change the configurations here. Also, go to Camp Proposer's two preset styles, engraving and isostatic. Engraving allows to quickly access the single line font. This allows to generate a single pass for text marking, as we see in the window. Also, the text positioning is preset to the bottom left. Isostatic also allows fast access to the go-to isostatic font. The final option in the drop list allows to create and save a user-defined style. If we click on the icon Create, we will have a window pop up. We can define the name for the file. For instance, we call it test file. And also we can choose the value labels we want to save and modify their respective values. For this example, let's choose the Arial font. Set the text selection position to the center. Select bold and italic and validate to save the file. This file will now appear in the drop-down list. And if we click on it, it will load the configuration that we have saved. Note that if we change any of the configurations, this automatically switches back to Customize. Next, we have these three newly added options. The first one is a justification option added for the text to justify it to the left, center, or right. A frame option has been added to create a frame around the text. This can be rectangular, circular, single line, double line, etc. And we can also choose to overscore the text if required by a selected color. The remaining options here, such as the text selection position, text mirror, bold, italic, solid or silhouette text, are existing options which have been refreshed with new icons. Also notice that all changes that we have been making in the style configurations are now also being reflected in the text box. For instance, let's unselect bold here, change the justification to center. This will be more visible if we indent the text here. And let's even change the font. And we see the changes are also visible in the text box. Finally, the last added feature is the angle option. This allows to define an orientation of the text onto the selected element. For instance, let's input an angle of 35 degrees. And we can validate. On an ending note, the text dialog have also been updated in the workshop document and layout design environment.